Hey, this is NFT Eve, and I'm here with Art is My Weapon. He's from California, and I'm going to interview him today about his NFTs and all the things that he's into. How are you doing today?
It's a beautiful day right at the beginning of the new year. And here with you, glad to be here, Eve. So thank you for having me.
I know. You were just talking about like different people and multi-gifted, multi-dimensional kind of people. And yes, we're changing the world. I feel like in the year 2022, like, I don't know what we're going to do, but I feel like this group of people, kind of came together on NFT community and art, and is like, I don't know, just creating new things on a daily basis. So I want to see what your project is and whatever else.
Yeah, no, you are absolutely right. And that is a trend that's been very prevalent and readily seen, is the bright, unique, diverse minds that have been the original group. The early adopters are just naturally neurodivergent and think differently, think outside the box, and very like-minded for me to fit in and to be understood more so easily than any other space that just newly emerged, because it is naturally a melting pot. So it's just a gift on so many levels, Web3 and the new metaverses.
So awesome. So what's this DAO that you created you were just telling me about?
Yeah, so originally in 2018, when I was living in an assisted living facility, I started a 5013C that was called the National Art Alliance for Mental Health and Substance Abuse, LLC. But life happened and I did that because I was put on medical leave of absence I had a traumatic brain injury and I fell 17 feet and had 5 subdural hematomas to my parietal occipital lobe and prefrontal cortex. And I couldn't walk and talk right. I was falling everywhere. And I was in a corporate test kitchen working, seeing the CEO and whatnot every day. It was like, you could not get away from the actions. I was doing demos so they could see my hand shaking and me dropping knives, and I was having seizures.
What's a test kitchen?
A test kitchen is where all the food that you eat gets created.
You're like a food inventor.
Correct. That's what and it was just a small team, so it was only 4 of us, and it was just like the vice president, the president of culinary, and myself and another chef most of the time. At most 5 people. So, but anyway, the point was I could no longer pick up a knife safely. So when I was just getting into treatment, I immediately, in 2017, the accident happened in 2016, but I continued to work. But anyway, so in 2017, when I first got in the hospitals, I picked up a paintbrush. I have had both grandpas were artists, and I always was just fascinated by that, but I never had the confidence in myself, and it was never one of my special interests that I became hyper focused on, because I didn't think that I had the confidence in it, but it was always something that I did for fun. And in 2017, I started taking painting seriously because it was my new hyper focus obsession, and something that I could put my energy into safely, in a healthy way, and have all that, pent up energy and towards art. So I immediately.
I'm so interrupty, sorry.
No.
I think that a painting is very healing for the brain too. My sister had a very traumatic brain injury, which she's still not quite well at all. And she started painting, and I've been an artist all my life, and I have all kinds of brain issues, so I feel like it's like, it connects so many different things in your brain, and the color therapy and the motor skills. Like, I feel like it's such a brain healer, right?
It really is, because a brain injury is all about energy and how your brain can heal itself. And I was told from the very beginning that my brain will never heal. I have encephalopathy, that it just is what it is. Just like how you have a scar on your body, I have scar tissue in my brain, but and I felt those effects for years, and I still do. I can't pick up things normally, and my equilibrium and whatnot, but the person that you're seeing here today is unrecognizable 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years. So yeah, the first job that I ever wanted to do was be a therapist, even as a little kid, because I was playing Candyland and Connect 4 with therapy. My parents would go to marriage and family therapy, and I would get taken with them and do that. So my first job, weirdly, would be like, oh, fireman, spaceman. No, I wanted to be a therapist, and I was a troubled youth. But yeah, that was why I went into college for university, and I realized that I could only help a small amount of people in a square mile radius, and I was always frustrated with that. But now with the Web3 and the metaverses, I am able to reach on a global scale.
Wow.
And use all of the gifts that I've been given. And I've been blessed to have a near-death experience. So now I know the fragility and importance of every moment and life. So the Neuroverse.DAO, the DAO of the universe, it's a decentralized autonomous organization. It's a super organism. In better terms, it's neuro comes from neuroverse means like bent nerves and twist, it's really is a place for people to come and share like-minded experiences with each other, help each other as artists and emerging artists grow. But also I believe that every child is an artist, like Picasso said, first of all. So even if you're not an artist, the Neuroverse is still for you, because whatever you're working on, we have people there that are passionate about it. And it's not just me that are going to be teaching. I'm going to be collecting the brightest minds in all of these fields. I was double majoring in applied physiology, anatomy. Neuroscience was my passion, but so being able to work with brighter minds than I in their field and collect all of these talents together, that's what I want the Neuroverse to be. A little, as a taste of utopia as we can get.
Oh my God, I gotta interrupt again. So everybody smash the like, subscribe, make a comment. And then also I have another channel completely unrelated to this channel, which I will put a link in, but I have also a healing and health channel, which I had a lot of my illnesses had to do with my neurological situation. And I also had a brain injury 2 years ago from being assaulted. But so I'm gonna do like a interview with him on the other page so that you can know more about his healing, his brain healing, stuff like that. So you gotta watch that interview too. The Neuroverse, does it exist already?
The domain, so the domain is purchased, and I have that minted, but launching the website on a Web3 is something that I'm getting help with and learning more about. I've launched foodismyweapon.com, but then took that down because I couldn't afford it. I mean, I've had like over 100 .coms and XYZs and whatnot since 2013. So, and I've built several websites, but Web3 is different. So there's lots to learn on that. And the writing I'm still working on a roadmap, and I do love what someone said about artists yesterday. It's just like, artists don't need a roadmap. Stop asking artists for a roadmap. Just let them be artists. Oh my God,
I love that too. So I was starting to get stressed over that. I was like, damn, do I need a roadmap? Like my frontal lobes hardly work. I've never planned anything in my life. Like I don't even know how, but I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this.
But that is what makes Art is My Weapon and Neuroverse different, is that they do have utility. And that's something that I haven't spoken to a lot of. I do have one where art therapy is going to be huge, and therapy is super expensive. And I currently, I have good health insurance, and I can go to therapy and psychiatry regularly, but the majority of the world definitely cannot. And that's something that if you buy an NFT from Art is My Weapon, that gives you access to the Discord, but not only just that, I mean, the metaverse when that gets built. So it's just going to be a constant thing where, life is too short to make human needs beyond reach for people,
So do you have your NFTs launched? Can we look at them?
Oh, well,
Or
yeah, I do. I have them on, can we look at them? That is the question with the zooming prowess.
you gotta hit the green button.
Okay. Um, well, if we go, hold on, I might be muted.
No, you're fine.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the green button. I have my private files here, but I was gonna just bring you to my,
Oh, if you want to, I could black out the whole screen. I could take
but
your,
I'm just going to my OpenSea, I suppose.
yeah. That's a good thing about this channel. We get to interview, but we get to look at pictures as well.
Yeah, exactly. So let me,
Wow, Neuroverse. I just want to say too, I actually teach dance on Sundays on TikTok and Clapper, but a lot of my dance is a lot of healing and therapy. Like I also had a terrible PTSD because both of my parents were like serious child abusers. So I
oh
grew
wow,
up with like constant violence and it gets in your body. And, you know, I was just very stressed out always. And I've been a dancer for like 10 years. And I learned a lot of, in my classes, I do a lot of breathing, a lot of just getting into your body, a lot of self-love, a lot of enjoyment, letting go. Like it's very therapeutic. My
absolutely.
approach. Of course, it looks great too, but that's just sort of like the end result. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh, well, that this is just the top of it. This is a banner. I don't know
Oh,
how laggy it is, but yes, I'm linked on Twitter and there's, but so let's see. My computer is, I'm getting a new computer soon and it's shipping on the 11th and I won't be lagging next time or, you know, for any
that'll
of
be
these
nice.
future ones.
Yeah,
But
the OpenSea tends to be really slow. So you're lucky that you got that much quick.
I know. You're absolutely correct there. I was actually really happy. But
Right.
I don't know if you can see this oil falls if or okay. So if I just click on
Yeah, click
pensive
on it.
pensive platypus here, but wow, see that's the thing with I listed that price. So this is an oil painting that I did, and I don't have it. This one, yeah. See, I've got these oil paintings just right in front of me here that I was working on, but and these are on just paper because I'm filled in a room with canvases around me, but sketchbooks are always near and dear to everyone. So, but the cool thing about this, I was explaining to my mom, I've painted her Christmas paintings, not Christmas paintings, but gave her paintings for Christmas for the last several years. But one of the years, you know, I wasn't able to see her that entire year, you know, and that's happened. I didn't get to see her this last year. So it's 2 of the last 4 years.
Mm.
What I can do is I can scan that. Here, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, so this is a Cintiq. It's a graphics tablet. So I'm able to take all of my paintings and then, oh gosh, and then render them into, I'm able to take my real physical paintings and then put them onto this graphics tablet, the same that they use in all of the big, it's an industry standard. And then I'm able to adjust and paint and make them a completely different piece or augment. And if I didn't take a good picture, taking pictures of my art to do this is way harder than making the art for me. So, but I was explaining to my mom is I can take that picture of that painting that I made for you and I can now put it onto my graphics tablet, make it look better, send it to your wallet because my mom has a wallet, of course, now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can now look at it on the app just like how you look at it on Instagram. And so she was just like, oh, okay, I understand that now. Like, yeah, see, so I can still give you your painting. It just, and then you could even print that out, Mom, because I can rasterize it and make it able for you to blow it up.
Wow.
So these are acrylic paintings that so for example, some of these are, I use many programs, Clip Studio, Paint, and Krita, and but these are derivatives, abstractions, you could say, of my canvas paintings. This one, for example, the Eye of Chameleon, it's a painting that's right here, and I could step over and pull it down and show to you. and then something that I've made from this piece. And digital art is something that I have never been so excited and learned so much about. I mean, it's just opened up my whole world, and I'm so excited. Oh man. But yes, one of these coins right here, for example, is I'm trying to show good stuff, but the
I
computer
want to
is.
see the one in the top. There was one that had white and some red and some black in it. It was really catching my eye.
Well, okay.
It's like, oh, I don't like that one, but I do.
Oh, but well, here, these are.
All right, what you can show it you want.
I'm getting.
So if we buy it in Polygon,
here.
then we don't have to pay a big gas fee, right?
That is correct. There are gas lists. So I have other stuff on Atomic Hub, and Atomic Hub is something that I did in the very beginning. I put in my whitelist verification in September and was whitelisted September 10th. And so because of that reason, I really committed to Atomic Hub and did not feel like I had the ability to compete on Ethereum, and I didn't have the funds to be able to launch that on actual ETH. So that's why I started in September.
I like
August.
The white one. The one with the white is called, the one that's up is up, that one with the white and the red and the black and the yellow. Keep going.
Watermelon? Or
this one.
I don't know which one.
That one that you're on, just click on that.
Okay, melting grill. Yeah.
That really fascinates me.
Yeah, that one's cool. Well, because the original, see, this is just a little swirl brush on my canvas. So yeah, it is cool. But this is an abstraction of my canvas that I have right here. Wow. And if you can see, or there's real gold flake on the actual canvas. So that was a fun painting to make. Definitely.
Wow, so people buy one of these, this is from your DAO, the Neuroverse DAO, then they are a part of a member of the Neuroverse.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. And that's a really good price too. So some of them are very extremely affordable. Oh, that's beautiful too with those trees.
I know. Well, I'm sorry, I'm going so fast.
I know, it's fine.
One of the I should have it's okay. It's okay. Everything is temporary. The new computer
exactly.
will be
well, everything is even more temporary than we may know.
Absolutely.
You know?
Exactly. I'm so happy to be here with you and sharing this time with you. I'm so excited for our future talks. On and off camera, we've got so much in common to talk about and to and dreams that we can manifest together.
For sure.
So, and like for this Ready Player We coin, for example, if someone were to get this coin, I will design them a 2D, 3D blended avatar.
What?
Which I think is just pretty crazy that no one's bought one. So yeah, I mean,
oh my God.
I mean, so if you want me to turn you
how many is it? How many copies of it do you have?
There are 12.
All right, well, I'm getting one as soon as we're done with this call. I always say that, and sometimes I get sidetracked, but I do have Matic in a MetaMask, which I think will work. Sometimes, you know.
I believe that this is just ETH. It's just wrapped ETH.
Yeah, I'll try to figure it out. I was trying.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it hasn't been successful, because in the beginning with that education and the bridge and the Polygon bridge, everyone they just did not want to figure that out. They're like, okay, I'm not gonna do that then if it's that hard. But well, now
I didn't figure it out. I was trying to buy. I interviewed this other guy. I'm going to put his videos up in the next few days. It's called Fandify. It's a crowdsourcing crypto platform. Amazing, but not just for crowdsourcing, for fundraising, for investing, for selling NFTs. But I was going to buy one of his Fandify fingers because it's investment in his DAO. And I totally, like, I'm on board with this project. Is it has to do well. I mean, there's no reason why it wouldn't. And then, yeah, so I was having issues. So I like sent Matic to my ETH wallet, but then anyway, I spent a few hours and it didn't really succeed yet. So maybe on the next try.
Yeah.
I can figure out how to use the Matic on my MetaMask.
Well, all you have to do, I got my original Matic from a faucet. So it's just a website where you give them your address and then they send you enough Matic to do 100 transactions. And I did that several times, and was able to have enough for, I've had 0.12 Matic for like 4 months, and it's just lasted this entire time, and I've minted everything with that.
Wow, I think his yeah, I've heard of other people that give you Matic too. I need that because I actually have Matic, but I think it's not in the right network. It's not the right kind of Matic, so I can't.
I will send that to you
the damn link, man.
after we get off. Yeah.
All right, this is exciting. I need a 3D avatar in Blender. So that is really cool. So you know how to use Blender. That's just like.
Oh, okay. Let me clarify that. Let me clarify that. It's not in Blender yet. I have Blender right here. I could bring you into Blender and then my computer would crash. Okay, so I did render 2/3D blended. So what I'm gonna do is talk to you, and it's gonna be unique to what you want to do. Not in Blender yet. That's gonna be that's not gonna be $46. That's gonna be that's probably gonna be like a $100 one. Yeah. Probably like a full, like, because that's the whole point. I am gonna be rigging. I am gonna be making wearables. I make jewelry right here that I am going to be mapping and rendering, and I have my ears, I got my eyebrows pierced, but I'm gonna be making all of the wearables. That's one of the big things I'm excited about. So this Ready Player We #1 coin is going to be mostly I expected for gamers is how I thought, but for anyone who wants a PFP to represent a digitized version of themselves in my perspective of them and how they want it. So it's not going to be the Blender one, but it will be a 2/3D blend. That verbiage might be a little confusing, I guess, but I just didn't know how to word it.
Yeah. Wow, how are you going to do that?
Well, I've done it for a few other people. I have mine in here. I have one of mine.
What you do it in, which program you do it in, like After Effects or something like that?
Everyone always thinks that my video editing is in After Effects, but it's not. It's not. I know. I'm kind of like, well, that's one of the things that I'm doing in my digital. I have a, dang it, I should have showed that. I have a digital one. Oh, I can. But I have that's not on OpenSea. I haven't minted those yet. So I'm doing a digital one art class, key, and I have 4 different levels of keys. And for art and in all mediums, it for beginner and intermediate. I can't do advanced oil painting because I'm not a technically advanced trained oil painter. I've just painted in oils for 10, but so the
I can do some advanced classes for you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I need you. But I'm going to be doing and teaching which programs I use, why I use them, go through all the free one. So there's different levels of digital art that I'm going to be going with in part of the Neuroverse. But I don't have the Photoshop suite yet because I'm been waiting for. There's no reason for me to have had it. I've been using all of the free programs, Sketchbook, Autodesk, all of the ZBrush, and all the free stuff, and all the free trials that I can are still going for a couple months and whatnot. So but that doesn't matter because I'm getting the Photoshop suite and I'll be using the animator and all that in there. But for the last few months, I've just been doing Blender and everything that I can do for free.
Wow. So. Yeah, when you get that, maybe I'll learn it too, and we'll all have to except for there's too many things to do in a day. Like, I don't know. It's one reason I started to go learn that stuff, and I'm like, no, I don't have time. There's so much to do, but that's amazing. I'm going to end this soon, and then we can just chat about other stuff in like just a separate video. But so I think we forgot to mention that you are autistic, and because
Yes.
and you're really like an advocate for, for that and for all, neurodiverse, which is probably, all the cool people as far as I can tell. And, when are you going to start teaching your classes in the neuroverse? And is that going to be like in a metaverse, and which metaverse is it going to be in?
Yeah. So one of the best things that I did for myself was get so involved in Discord early on last year, and in the communities that were building metaverses for themselves, in the Sandbox and Decentraland. So I have existing relationships where I'm able to insert Art is My Weapon and Neuroverse there and work with them. So of course, networking. But yes, I'm getting the technical aspects of building out the metaverse are definitely beyond my understanding at this moment, but that's something that I've been learning and talking to people. That's another thing. Yeah, I'm getting to the place where people are offering help where I'd have to hire them, but they're offering to help me with these things, bring them into fruition. So I was not able to do any of this without a computer, and I've just been in I've been given a computer that will allow me to do all of that. So
it would be really cool. You have to see that. You have to see the Fandify, because it's an amazing fundraising platform. Like,
yeah,
it's so great.
no, I definitely.
Because I was even thinking like it would be great if you could have certain NFTs which were very expensive, and those are for your funders or your patrons or people who really, they have but even in the Fandify, if it's a real nonprofit, people can, write it off their taxes and everything.
No, yeah, absolutely. And those, my first paintings that I ever made in the hospital were, I did have, that was the first ones that I listed, and it was just like, here's my first painting that looks like a child did it, but I'm gonna say one ETH because this is for angel investors.
Man, did somebody buy it?
No.
Maybe they will. No. You still have it. People can, check his links out, buy his painting, because that's gonna fund, everything that you're doing. Clearly, you're on a mission.
Yeah. See, these are my first. This is like the third NFT I ever minted. Look how awful it is. I mean, so it's just because they were just. I didn't know how to. I'm so bad at taking pictures, but so like some of these more expensive ones were just original ones, but the cool thing is that some of them still exist. I lost 90% of everything I've ever owned, just in transition and hospital living, but I do have many of these pieces still here, and if anyone's buys one of them, then they would definitely get it shipped. I can ship it to them. So
anytime, I just want to say pro tip for taking photos.
Oh man, yeah.
You do it on a cloudy day. Because that will diffuse the light. That's what you do. Cloudy day, take it outside if you can. Cloudy. That's really the key to not get glare and to get the diffused light in your photos.
Yeah. No, I've spent.
That's nice.
Yeah, this is called NF Pageant or Pageant NFT. Yes. Yes. But
all right, I keep interrupting because I just do. So like, so you have a Discord. So your DAO is mostly like happening in the Discord at the moment.
At the moment, it is it is. I mean, I want to say, that is that's what's being built. There's no, we can't go into a neuroverse yet. The Discord, I am just realized it takes so I had expectations about the Discord, and I didn't realize how expensive it was to boost it out. But that's just something that I'm building right now, and getting that going by the end of this month. It's still not ready to be joined, so it's still very early for that.
All right, well, great. So they can get your NFTs, follow you on Twitter,
Yes.
find you in spaces. Do you run any spaces? You would.
That's also what I'm starting this week.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I would totally come to your space.
Well, thank you. I would love to have you. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the spaces of my own are something that I'm really excited about. I've spent many 12-hour days in spaces in the last few months, and time is a crazy wormhole in this space, huh?
Yeah.
It's like few weeks, few months, same thing. Yep.
Yeah. So that's Twitter Spaces, everybody. So follow him on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Find him in the spaces. All of his links going to be there. Smash the likes. Make questions. Share. And this is a really exciting thing. I think I'll make another little quick video after this one. And this is amazing. Art is my weapon. Neuroverse. It's, what were you saying is before, like, it's for all of, wait, what's the vision again?
Well, I say a little different every time.
No, I know, that's why it's good. That's why I want you to say it again, because I think you said it in a really cool way before we were talking, and then you said it one way. So I'm like, say it another way, then we'll really get like the broad picture of what it is.
All of my heroes growing up as a kid were neurodiverse, and a lot of them died young, and a lot of them had, and all of them had a bit of had a hero's journey, and all of them had a lot of the brighter the light, the darker the shadow, and the brighter of a light that you try to bring in, a lot of, this is an ethereal battle. So we need a place like a neuroverse where people with like minds that are creative and want to make the world a better place have a place where they can go to and know that they have a purpose.
Oh my God.
And know that they are sharing something with each other, and that they are very, very valuable. And I'm just tired of artists and people that are givers and healers. They get neglected and kind of downtrodden on the most, and it needs to be flipped. Just as a society, love and kindness needs to be at the forefront, instead of selfishness and callousness, and just a lack of willingness to understand others that are maybe different than you. So but ultimately the neuroverse is to take all of the gifts that you've been given and to allow you to use them to help everyone, including yourself, become a better version of themselves, and so far as much as you can, and learning from each other and growing. Wow,
that's amazing. No, I'm excited to go in the neuroverse because I totally relate. I mean, I've been on a pretty brutal hero's journey for many, many, many decades of my life, starting from birth. And
yeah,
it's pretty exciting, and those, we survive it and we move through, and you stay out, as long as you don't get lost along the way, like so many people do, in drugs or death or just giving up on life, or whatever, anyone who just kind of stays the course, there is that amazing cycle of, if you don't know the hero's journey, it's like the hero starts off on a quest and then all kinds of problems happen, and there's some sort of catharsis where the hero's learning from all of these obstacles, and then the hero gets to bring, whatever gift to the world that they're bringing. So it's Yeah, so you
Not an,
help all these people stay on the course and not get lost along the way and you know, eaten by wolves and whatnot, you know.
yeah,
So that's,
not enough people make it to that last part of bringing the gift back.
yeah, that's true. Like I had so many hardships in my life. It was even like 3 years ago. That was before I was assaulted. I was just like, what is this? You know, I was like, how can I have so many terrible things happen to me? Like, how is it even possible? You know? And like, and then I just got like in my mind, it flashed through my mind. It was like, oh, you're on the path of mastery. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm on the path of mastery. So bring it on, you
Absolutely.
know. Now I'm like tough as nails, you know, like that. And then even when I was assaulted, I had a brain damage. I couldn't even read for 4 months. And it was just a long, horrible story. And I was still just like, yeah, okay, we'll just keep moving, you know. And of course, came out of that, you know, I was like you, much better than was expected. I don't ever accept that you're permanently damaged. I was just like, nope. I mean, I'm still healing too. I have some things that are not quite right, but it, you know, I just don't believe in any kind of like obstacle. It's like, oh yeah, that's an obstacle. Okay, well, we got through all of the other ones. So I'm sure we'll get through this one too, you know.
Absolutely. No, I love failing now because I've always been a lifelong learner, but I'm a perfectionist. And one of the things that's helped me so much is to allow myself not to be perfect and to just learn from every mistake that I make in as non-emotional way as possible. Which for me, I'm an INFP, so I'm a very emotionally driven, inwardly emotional person. But when it comes to my mistakes, in quote, they're just gems that I learn from truly now. So
Yeah, I'm the same way. You know, I used to be so hard on myself, and even like, you know, sometimes when I would listen to my videos, like I do interrupt. Sometimes I'm talking really loud, and I'm like, you know what? Who cares? Like, I'm not, you know, I'm not bored to be some kind of perfect, you know, like interviewer or whatever. I'm just having a good time, doing my best, and
yeah,
hopefully do better in the next one. Maybe not, you know, like just really enjoy this journey because, like you said, you know, when you learn, I never had a near-death experience, but I've read about thousands of people who have because I find it so fascinating, and they're always like you, like 99% of the people come back with this amazing respect for life and the day, you know, like, you know,
yeah,
day. So
it's hard not to. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm very grateful for at the end of it. You know, like 5 years later, almost, it's the best thing. My traumatic brain injury that ever happened to me.
wow, that's what I used to say because I was very injured. Plus, I was assaulted, and it was just a whole, oh, you know, everything about it was horrible. The police didn't want to take my report, and they still didn't. You know, it's an incident report, whatever. And I used to go out like walking outside, and then it would just go through my mind. This is my own mantra, was like better than ever. You know, just be like better than ever. And I'm like, you know what?
Amen. That's right.
I'm like, this is not going to bring me down. I'm like, maybe I needed some rewiring, and
Seriously.
you know, I needed some things removed. I needed a few cells to be killed. So
No, it's really powerful to feel like that, and I'm glad that you feel like that as well.
I do. I'm just like, yeah, coronavirus, all this stuff is just like, okay, well, this is an sometimes you do feel like you're like in a video game. You're like, well, this is an interesting obstacle, you know, like how are you get
Yeah,
around that?
yeah,
So
absolutely.
all right. Thank you so much for coming. It was really great talking to you.
Thank you so much, Eve. Thank you so much. It was great.
Thanks. Smash the likes, everybody. Ciao.